it's Melanie Fisher here from Penney and Associates, and today I'm with Dylan Whitsett. And Dylan, the question of the day is, how does MedPay work?
MedPay. Okay, so MedPay, as it's called in California, or personal injury protection, or PIP in other states, is a first-party coverage, meaning it is coverage with your auto insurance. So auto insurance, Acme got auto insurance is your coverage. MedPay is a optional provision that a lot of people, they either don't know what it is or what it does, or even if they do have it, they don't know they have it. It's not really something that's talked about unless you need it. But it's a really good coverage to have. And what it does is there's a limited amount, sometimes $5,000, $10,000, I've seen even $25,000 or more, of money available to pay for out-of-pocket expenses, co-pays, deductibles related to injuries in an accident, an auto accident in this case, or sometimes premises liability cases, or even to pay for treatment that's outside of your health insurance network. So if your health insurance is not going to cover something, your auto insurance can step up and front the bills up to that limited amount. Because what people typically aren't aware of is the at-fault insurance company, the other driver's insurance company, or the corporate insurance company that eventually you're going to get a recovery from, they're not going to pay your bills as you go. So it's not, you can't just send in your receipts, for your prescriptions or your co-pays or out-of-network provider treatment to the third party or the other party's insurance company. They're not going to pay anything on it until the very end of the case. So in the meantime, if you have MedPay, you can pay for all of your out-of-pocket expenses and be reimbursed via your auto insurance. So that's essentially how it works.
Interesting. So you said this is only for the state of California, though? Well,
not only. There are a certain number of states that call it MedPay and a certain number of states that call it personal injury protection.
Okay. And how common is it to have something like that?
I would say, in my experience, it's probably 30% of people's auto policies that have a MedPay coverage is about right. Yeah, more often than not, they don't have it because it's an extra charge. Your premium goes up a bit if you have it. But it's one of those things that, if you're in an accident and, you're looking to have your out-of-pocket expenses taken care of in the meantime before a settlement can be reached, or even if, and this is the other aspect of MedPay, it's a non-fault coverage. So,
oh wow.
Even if you're at fault for the accident, you're not going to be able to. Most likely, you're not going to be able to come to some sort of a settlement agreement if you caused the accident. But if you have MedPay through your first-party auto insurance, they will still pay your out-of-pocket expenses or out-of-network provider bills and waive their right to reimbursement if you're at fault.
So if somebody's kind of has bad luck or they have like a high-risk job with driving, is that recommended, or is it something?
Yeah, I would recommend it basically on anybody's policy. Okay. It's because if anyone can be in an accident, and if you're in an accident, it really helps to have money there available to use right away.
Yeah.
That's really what it is.
And is it pretty affordable?
It is. I'm not exactly, it varies, policy to policy and depending on your driver record and history and that sort of thing. The same way insurance policies work. But I don't think it's a whole lot more on your premium to have, and it can be really helpful if you do have it.
Awesome. Well, interesting stuff. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you.
You're welcome.